as we wrap up these puzzle cubes and get ready to print them, we need to think about some of the limitations of the method that we're using for manufacturing. So we're going to, and obviously you wouldn't print something like this, but one thing that we want to pay attention to is the effect that these layer lines have on our pieces. Okay, so we're using 0.2 millimeter layer height here, but if we zoom in, we can see all these layers, right? And so it's gonna, these are kind of like the you know, if you're using 0.2 millimeter layer height, then things have like, you know, here where it goes evenly into 30, right? So you have 150 layers here, but there's a little bit of kind of a limit on your sizes of things, and then you can get more precise sizes going into these lower layer heights. Okay, but because these aren't perfect, you know, sometimes things get a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller, and the direction of these layers actually will have an effect on the size of this thing when it's done. And so putting it like this versus like this, the height of that block might be a little bit different for this one versus this one right here, even though they're the same faces. And so this is going to be a challenge for us when we print these, because we're going to have some puzzle pieces will be oriented different ways and their size will end up being different. And so the way that we're going to account for that is by doing a couple things. The first thing is that we want to make sure that we can identify the interior faces on our parts. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to actually give each puzzle piece a different color. So we're going to edit the appearance, and then we'll make this one be like red. Okay? And then what I'm going to do is for faces that are interior faces, so let's say that this is the outside. So I'm going to select all my interior faces, just like that. And I'm going to right click. I'm going to say edit appearance, or add appearance to 7 faces. And so I'm just going to go a slightly different shade here. Okay? And maybe we should make that a little more dramatic. So let's go to edit appearance for the parts. And let's go a little bit darker. There we go. And so now we can see we have a different shade for the exterior and the interior faces. And we should do this for each part. Each part will have its own appearance. And so that we'll go for this one, this color. And then we're going to come in and select all of our interior faces. And make them to be that lighter shade. Oops, so I'm going to come into here, edit appearance or add appearance to 8 faces, and we'll go to that lighter shade. Okay? And then we want to do that for all of our parts. So this one maybe I'll go with, so let's add the appearance here, edit appearance, we'll make this one be blue, and kind of a turquoise color. And we'll do the same thing. So we're going to get those interior faces. And we're going to add appearance to 10 faces, and we'll go just a little bit lighter there. Perfect. And so now we got the darker on the outside, light on the inside. Okay, so there's 2 reasons why we did this. The first is if we're going to add some decoration to the outside, then we want to know which ones are the outside faces. And this one I should maybe go a little darker just so it's a little more visible. Let's go a little more shade. There we go. But also, the second thing is we actually want to make an adjustment to these faces. So coming back to here, if these things could end up being a little bit bigger than we expect them, or maybe these openings get a little bit tighter, or if something needs to slot into here, it's going to end up being too big. And so we're going to offset these interior faces. And so you want to select this Move Face tool. Let's change this to be 1 instead of 5, just to get started. And then we're going to click every single interior face. And so we want to go through, and we've got all those lighter shaded faces. We want to make sure they're all selected. Okay. and then we want to change this offset to go in like that, and instead of being an offset of 1, we want to set it to be, actually going to create a variable. So we're going to type here, we're going to type offset, okay? Actually, we're going to do pound offset. Then we select new variable, and we're going to set our offset to be 0.1 millimeters. Okay? And then we're going to click the check mark, just like that. And so we have this variable here. We can change it. So if I want my offset to be 1 millimeter, it's going to shave off a whole bunch more. Oh, you can see I missed a face there. Let's see. No, looks like I got them all. I missed this one right here. There we go. So you can use that to check that you got all your interior faces. So let's move it back to 0.1. And what this is going to do is we're just going to shave a little bit off of these pieces that go on the inside to give them a little bit more room to fit together and to slide together. And we're going to do this for each piece. So again, we're going to choose this one. Let's start with the variable first here. So we're going to go to here. We're going to create a variable called offset. We're going to set it to be 0.1. Okay. And then I'm just going to drag it to the top there. And now I'm going to do the move face command. So move face. I'm going to select all those interior faces that we can see shaded differently. And set this to 1 here. Alright, and then we might have to break this one up into 2. I'm going to come inward. There we go. Oh, that worked. Okay. And we want to set this to be, so I think technically this should be an interior face as well. Let's set that to be our offset. So we're going to do pound, and then select offset. And there we've added our offset there. And you can see there's a little bit of a gap there because that offset, maybe we go back and do a little bit smaller. Let's start with 0.05. Okay. And so you can go back and make this one. We go 0.05. And then as you print them, if they don't quite fit, we can make that a little bit bigger of an offset. Okay, same thing here. We're going to go create our variable, call it offset, 0.05, and we'll go ahead and do move face. Move face, this one, this one, this one, that one, that one, and that top one. Set it to 1. Okay, that's good. Have it come in like that, and we'll set it to be our offset. Okay, and so we're going to go through that and do that with all of our faces, not all of them, just the interior faces, and that way it will have a, make sure that we have those offsets there so it will print nicely, or it will fit together nicely after we print it.